How's it going, everyone? My name is Jake and welcome to this week's video. I have a new hat, a FedEx water bottle, and I'm ready to talk about some NERF. Hydration. I'm not going to be talking about the blaster that you probably think I am. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably were expecting something, before this. But I decided that I wanted to make this because this is something that I just feel like talking about. And it is the Barricade RV-10 with Recon flip-up sight for added accuracy. So I actually am wondering how you guys pronounce the RV in Barricade RV-10. Do you say Rev or RV-10? I feel like most people say RV-10. And in fact, there was actually a small period of time where I had like, what is it called? The Mandela effect, where I thought it was Rev, like R-E-V, but I don't know. So speaking of attachments, we do have this tack rail up here for all of your sights, and there is a stock adapter back here for what was included with, I think, a special version of this. I don't know if it was the normal packaging or if it was a special version of the packaging, but it came with a yellow Raider stock before the Raider was even released. I think, actually, I didn't bother checking that one. Now, I do love the Raider stock. I am a member of the Raider stock cult, but on the Barricade, I actually think that the yellow Spectre stock is what looks better on this. It has like a nice small little SMG profile, so every SMG has to have a folding stock. It's just a lot cooler, really fits the vibe. Before going further into details about the Barricade, I actually want to talk about the origin of this one in particular and how it's made its way into my arsenal. There's a local swap meet in my town that has been running for years, and I decided to hit it up and see if I can find some NERF. And in the past, I have been very unlucky with finding NERF at my local swap meet. But I get there, we're going down this aisle, and there's this one booth that has buckets of NERF and a barrel full of darts. Along with the Barricade that day, I also got a couple of other things featured here in this picture that I posted on Instagram. But this didn't come very easily. It came at a very good price. I paid basically $5 for it. But when I got home and slapped some batteries in it, it did not want to work. So I was introduced to the internals of a Flywheel blaster for the first time, and then all it really took was just some simple isopropyl alcohol on the battery connectors, putting it back together, and it ran smooth like chicken.
So why is that your new saying?
Because I saw it in the video once and now I can't stop saying it.
Chicken's lumpy. What if the chicken has acne?
I don't think chickens can get acne, honey.
What if your chicken has chicken pox?
What if I shoot you? Is this going in the video? I think it has to now. Anyway, now that my joke is ruined, we can continue talking about this.
Hey!
I'm kidding.
Beach.
I love you. But yeah, that day I came home and opened it up, cleaned some of the battery connections, put it back together, and it runs so smooth. It runs off of 3 AA batteries, so you're not getting a lot of voltage and power out of it, but it's still really fun to use. And now talking about the ergo and comfortability, my god, I am a connoisseur of grips, and the Barricade grip is one of the best. It contours to your fingers just right, it's got the right amount of thick, and it's good holding it as a pistol if you wanted to. You can get a comfortable choke on it just like this if you want to hold on to the barrel area, or just one-handed because it's a Flywheel blaster and you really only need one hand to operate the whole thing. When this blaster was released, it was released with what are called Whistler darts. Now the conclusion I've come to is that it fires these the best, although it will work with just about any full-length elite style dart. We'll do some testing of the firing footage, but that's for later. Now, as you already saw me demonstrate, my favorite part about this entire blaster is not that it has a rev switch, but this has an on-off switch. Right here, where the thumb is, you have an on-off switch. You pull it back. That turns on the flywheels, which are encased up here in the front. It's kind of loud, but it's got a pretty long trigger pull. It's long, but satisfying. I'll let you guys make the joke down in the comments. You know what it is. Come on, you know. Just do it. Not only will it be funny, haha, but it'll also help the algorithm find this video and show it to someone who might actually enjoy it. But anyway, yes, the on-off switch. A time before the rev trigger was ever even thought of, although it might have been because supposedly NERF takes like 5 years to develop their blasters. But this is way before the rev trigger ever existed. That's right, you want to know who you have to thank for your Stryfe? the Barricade Rev 10. The Barricade Rev 10 was the first flywheel blaster to fire darts. Now, there were flywheel blasters before that fired balls. The Ripsaw, the Buzzsaw, and the Bazooka MP150. All of them featured flywheels years before the Barricade, but the Barricade is the first dart flywheel blaster. Released 3 years before the first Stryfe was ever put on sale. It was, however, released at the same time as the Stampede. That's the double shot. The Stampede, right there. This one, the big one. My directions. This one, the Stampede. And although the Stampede is fully automatic, it's an AEB style blaster. That means auto electric blaster, so not a flywheeler. Both the Stryfe and the Barricade were released around the same price point, that being $20. If you think about how much a Stryfe costs now, it's really kind of sad to see where it came from. And if before this video you were not somehow aware of the Barricade, you probably were aware of its predecessor, I think that's the right word, the Stockade, a Barricade with elite performance. There actually is a mod I've seen where you take a Stockade flywheel cage and shove it into a Barricade flywheel cage, or vice versa. I can't remember which one exactly, but we'll get into the mod potential a little later. Now let's talk about the variants. I, of course, favor the N-Strike Yellow, not just because it's the only one I was able to really get, but also it's the one I prefer. There is, of course, also the Captain Xavier version, aka the Gear Up version, which is orange and black. And then my second favorite next to the N-Strike Yellow is the Sonic Green version. And the Sonic Green version holds a special place in my heart, not just because it looks really cool and it's a transparent blaster. We need more transparent blasters. It came with special Whistler darts that had a green foam. Same black head, but green foam. There were also Toys R Us exclusive darts released specifically for the Sonic Green line of blasters that featured that orange foam and an orange Whistler head. There were also 2 Transformers tie-in blasters, one for Bumblebee and Optimus Prime. Now, I've seen the Bumblebee one, we've all seen the one that Drac made, but I for the life of me cannot find a single Optimus Prime one. Like, even just pictures of the packaging or just a loose blaster somewhere, I cannot find that. So if you can, please send the picture to me. I really want to see it. I don't even care to own one, I just want to see it. Now we are going to talk about the mod potential that this Barricade has, and it has a lot of mod potential. But first we're going to go outside, fire some darts, test some darts, and then come back here and talk about mod potential. Take it away, Future Jake. That blasted Daystar is really sunning this morning. It is bright out here. It's like 7:30 a.m. This is the earliest I've been up in a while. But I'm taking advantage of it, and we're going to get some firing footage done with the Barricade. As much as I like it, I'm actually going to be taking the recon sight off because it honestly actually does impede my accuracy, and I want to give this thing a good chance because I know it's not going to perform very well. So other than just testing the Barricade's range and accuracy, we're also going to be testing how it performs with different ammo types, first of which being the included Whistler darts. Thanks to a recent eBay purchase, I'm actually able to fully load this Barricade with 10 Whistler darts, one of which, for some reason, has the initials JL and the name Joey on it. Joey! Anyway, we got some targets downrange. We got 3 tall bottles, 2 small ones. I pushed the table back a little bit, actually. I might bring it forward if I want to give myself a little bit of a chance. And let's see, main shot. There we go. Okay. Rip up those flywheels. 10 Whistler darts going down range. 1 hit. 2 hits. 3 hits. Ooh, that one has some spice to it. And we're out of there. I'm honestly amazed that I even got 2 or 3 of those shots. I lost count already. There'll be a hit counter somewhere on screen here. But I actually want to reload some more Whistler darts and try some more. Alright, reloaded the Barricade with Whistler darts, and I've actually included a couple of these dart tag darts. I don't know what these are exactly called, but I know they're involved somehow with dart tag. So, because these are almost just about the same thing as a Whistler, I want to see how they perform, and we're just going to group them all together. So I got 2 or 3 hits last time on that center one. We're going to try to bounce between targets this time. Here we go. And not so good on those dart tag ones. 1 more hit. Nope. 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 Almost. No. No. Well, look, hold on. Okay, that one hit. We got the bonky here to the side. Did that hit?
No.
No. 1 more hit. 1 more shot. Ah, there we go, that one for sure. The next on the top we're going to be testing are Busby stickies. I wanted to use the N-Strike stickies, but I have like 4 of them. And as the fucking AC-130 passes over, we're going to try to put some of these downrange, because I tried them in my bedroom, and it did some pretty funny stuff. So let's see what it does this time. When you're actually trying to hit something. Maybe it'll stick, who knows? Oh, we got a hit. That. I think a head just got ripped off. We'll count that one as a hit. Out of ammo. So between the Whistlers and the Busby stickies, I think the Whistlers do perform a little bit better. So if you're gonna use one of those 2 ammos, I would say go for the Whistlers. But of course, not everybody has Whistlers nowadays. Chances are you probably either have a pack of chili darts or a pack of waffle tips, and we're going to be trying out both of these right now. These specific Adventure Force waffle tips actually haven't even been opened yet. I mean, they've been opened, but they haven't been shot or tested. So every dart in this package is basically brand new. So we're putting some brand new waffle tips down range with the Barricade today. I can't say the same for those chili darts, but you take what you can get. So yes, while the Whistler darts are the included ammo of the Barricade, they will fit elite style darts. Here we have the Adventure Force waffle tips. Let's put some down range. Alright, you got a hit already. These ones do seem to be a little more straight. I'll count that one as a little hit. Out of ammo. Let's reload. Also, if you're not a fan of today's morning lighting, I am so sorry, but this is just what we're going with right now, because I'm not going to have time to do it later in the day, and I want this video out by whenever you're seeing it, hopefully the weekend. So, I'm sorry, but hopefully you're enjoying this. More waffle tips going down range. Hit. Hit. Oh, hit on the little one. Little red got a tag. Purple. Ah, too late. At this point, I've lost track of how many tags I've gotten, so future Jake will just have to tally these up during editing, and I'm very sorry for that. Chili darts. Going down range. Wait for the crosswave to pass over. Okay. That one spaced out. Oh, I got to hit the purple one. I wasn't aiming for that one, but alright. It does not seem to like the chili darts, although I did fire one-handed and I've been firing two-handed this entire time. That may have something to do with it. Let's reload. Okay, this time we're going to be firing properly with 2 hands. Oh, come on. There's no way. Ten shots and not a single hit with that one. It really doesn't like the chili darts. Alright then, so if we were to put this in the tier list, it would go waffle tips, whistlers, stickies, and then maybe even below an F tier, a fucking F plus tier, would be the chili darts. It really does not like the chili darts, and I have no idea why. Not so much they don't get good range, they just don't go straight. Alright, so I've reloaded the Barricade with some more waffle tips, and I actually have a theory, or maybe more of an idea that I want to test out right now. So as I mentioned previously, and as you've probably even seen, the Barricade does have a really long trigger pull. That trigger comes out quite a bit. It is a very nice trigger, I do like it. I like having a responsive, nice trigger, but with such a long stroke, I feel like it may not be really good when it comes to rapid fire. So the Barricade does hold 10 rounds, so I'm going to, as fast as I can, pull the trigger 10 times, and we're going to try to see how many darts actually come out of the barrel. 3, go. Okay. I may be wrong. 10 darts, and I actually got a couple of hits, but maybe I'm not going fast enough. Alright, we're going to be doing what I call the Stryfe tap. Yep. That did not work. It didn't jam though. Well, since we still got more darts, might as well just unbend the cylinder. Oh, no. It did jam. There we go. Yep. It was waiting for when I had my guard down. Jam clear. So I'm not sure what it's actually called. For my purposes, I'm just going to call it the Stryfe tap. But it's the idea that you have your finger on a rev trigger on a Stryfe, and then you just pretty much just do this. I think Coop called it, and I'm sorry, tactical finger banging. That's really the only way to put it. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good example and a confirmation of that the Barricade is not meant for rapid fire, but it's neither a precision tool either. But you are going to get the best performance out of it when you're taking your time and picking your shots, which for a flywheel blaster probably isn't exactly what you want, but again, it is really fun. I'm having a lot of fun putting rounds out of this thing, and just to really put the point home, we're going to try to Stryfe bang this thing one more time. Stryfe bang. That time the cylinder just wasn't moving. Okay. Yeah, it's really iffy. Definitely not a rapid fire blaster. So the Barricade, even in stock form, in my honest opinion, actually is not very bad. Like at close range, this thing would be a really good secondary. And part of what I think makes the Barricade so good as well are the serrated flywheels that it has in here. It's not just smooth flywheels, there actually is some serration on them, which helps them grip the head of the dart, or more specifically, it helps it grip the fat head of a Whistler dart. That also means that if the head is loose enough, it can rip the head right off, as we saw with one of the Busby darts. So if you're going to use a Barricade, pick your shots wisely. Try to use it in close range. It's probably best as a secondary pistol or tertiary blaster. And yeah, before we go back inside, let's do one more mag dump. This thing is really cool. Alright, let's go back inside and tally up the hits. And future deck, we'll see you guys in a second. I'm gonna go, I don't know, get something to drink. Maybe I'm kind of thirsty. Future Jake just got back from the fair with his girlfriend, and we both ate a lot of fried Oreos. They are a staple of the fair, and you need to get them every time you go. And I ate a lot of them. They were really good. But fattening fair food aside, I did want to go over something in regards to the firing footage you just saw with the Barricade before we start talking about the mod potential that this thing holds. Some advice I have for you if you ever do decide to run a stock Barricade is to make sure you get fresh, good ammo, because even the Whistler darts I was using, even though these are a really old ammo type, the Whistler darts that I'm using are reasonably fresh and new, so they're not too bad. The chili darts I'm using were pretty crushed and they've been used quite a bit, so that could explain why those weren't having a good time in the Barricade, but the Adventure Force waffle tips were pretty much fresh out the box. So your experience with the Barricade is going to live and die based off what ammo type you use, so make sure you get good, fresh ammo if you're going to use a Barricade. I would not trust using worn darts with a Barricade. Now in stock form, I also recommended that you probably want to reserve the Barricade to a secondary position on your loadout, although with some modding, you probably could get it up to that primary level. Unless you're a crazy person like me and you would run a stock Barricade as a primary, because I really love this thing. But anyway, the mods. Mod potential with this thing is S tier. This thing has S tier mod potential. You can do a lot with the Barricade. First things first, it's a flywheeler, so instantly 3S LiPo, and there are cages available that you can swap in and out to get different flywheels and different motors. There are some cages that require you to have to cut holes in the shell. There's one I've seen that you don't need to do that. I'm gonna link as many parts as I can in the description. But yeah, it's a flywheeler, so of course you can do that. And when using a 3S, you also do need an expanded battery door. I think even for a 9-volt battery, you may need an expanded battery door. I think a 9-volt will just barely fit in there. I'm sure you could find a 3S that, or even a 2S that will fit in here, but I don't know of one. And then if you remember, I said that the Barricade came out 3 years before the Stryfe, so there were no mag-fed flywheels available at the time, so we had to get creative. I say we as if I've ever built one. But with no mag-fed flywheel around, what you would do was you would take a Barricade, remove the cylinder, and integrate maybe a Raider magwell or even the back end of a long shot I've seen it done with, the part that holds in a spare magazine. You would integrate one of those into the shell, and then you would have yourself a mag-fed Barricade. I've also seen this monstrosity onto Hasbro on Nerf Haven, and it's just so ugly and jank and disturbing that it's almost beautiful in a way. And then there is, of course, a body kit available for the Barricade, which turns it from looking into a pistol-esque blaster into more of an SMG CQB sort of setup. Now, a mod that I've heard has been done, but I don't have even a picture of it, let alone a video, are hot swap cylinders, where you can take the empty cylinder and then from your gear or on your body load in a whole full new one. That does not seem like a very easy task to begin with. I've heard what's done is like you kind of like a shelf. You just slide that forward and then you pop the cylinder in and slide a new one in and then you close it back up. I imagine maybe you could also use hinges. You sort of hinge it with like maybe magnets and a latch. You just flip this entire end up like a Tommy 20 and then you pop in a new cylinder. It's definitely not an easy task, but of course you can do basically whatever mod you want if you have the creativity and ability to do so. But yeah, if you've ever made one, please send in a picture to the Film Battalion, because there needs to be photo evidence of this somewhere out there. I'm currently going down a list of projects that I want to try to finish by the end of the year, because I'm trying not to buy as many blasters and actually build some stuff. And on that list, by hopefully November, it's what I'm shooting for. If not, then definitely in January of 2024. I'm going to be 23 next year. I'm getting old. I'm going to do my first flywheel mod, and it is going to be a 3S LiPo Barricade, because I really want to be able to run these as a decent primary, and for my first flywheel mod, I just think it's going to be so fun. This thing has so many features that I love, and I just love the aesthetic of it, the feel of it. It's comfy, it's a classic, and it breathes new life into what is a fan favorite blaster that you don't see being used too much anymore. It's great. It's a great blaster. It definitely still has a place in our hobby. I can't wait to mod one up. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see when that 3S LiPo Barricade from me comes out, then make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified for when I make more content. And doing so does encourage me to make more content. And if you like this video, then please hit the like button. And I will see you guys next time. Links to everything in the description. See you guys next time.